Oh, come on. Are you kidding me? That's horrible. That is horrible. That's a bummer. And here's what I mean by that being a bummer. I'm out of water. The hell? Well, that's the worst thing that happens to me today. Welcome in to the Eric Zane Show Patreon bonus podcast. Oh, boy. Well, okay. Let's backtrack a little bit here. Okay. Hold on a second. Today's kind of a weird day on the show because, I've got some, probably some new bodies and people that are not used to this. Hang on. Yes, it is live. Period. It's actually happening right now. If you click on the top post, you will see me doing my thing, probably leaving you a text message. If not, you can go back and watch it later. Period. So to everybody who is used to this type of daily thing with me, I might sit here, bust out some karaoke or something like that. So you're all like, wait, what's going on? Everything's weird here. He's being silly, and I'm not used to that. So I kind of want to let a few more people get in here before I get started, and all will be explained. All will be explained. This is not a big deal. It's nothing that I did. But, sometimes when I see my name being thrown around recklessly, I feel the need to respond. And so I made a post on Facebook. I made a post on Twitter saying, hey, I want to make this Patreon podcast free so that more people can see it and give me a chance to respond in my own little way from a dormer above my garage with two dogs behind me. Picture of dude Shadoway over my head. Thank you, Aram, for that. Let's see here. Oh, I just got an email from Bill Simonson. I know it's short notice, but could you record the following for today's show and email them to Brett Hayes? Hour open. TheWolverine.com. On 3 and the Huge Show presents the Michigan Football Big Ten. Yes, I'll do it. He wants me to do voice work for him. No problem. I will take care of it. All right. Tyler says, I was just finishing the Ben and Eric show from last night, laughing my ass off. All right. I think we've got the amount of people that I would normally get. So I don't even know if anybody even paid attention to my post. But I think this is a little strange. So when I was finishing the free podcast today, I share audience with my old show. Hello, John. I share audience with my old show, and occasionally they might say something about what is going on there. And it's been a little weird there on their show this week because Joe is struggling, and he had a breakup with a young lady, and that was that. And it should be noted that I have a no ill will, to Joe. He hasn't done anything to me directly that has upset me in any way. So whatever. Now, has Joe done something to someone that I might have thought was shitty in the past? Well, probably, but who hasn't, I mean, what the fuck? But, if someone said to me, Eric, if you're driving down the street and you see Joe, what are you going to do? I'm saying, hey, Joe, how you doing? And then if someone said, hey, Eric, if you're driving down the street and you see Free Beer, what are you going to do? And I'm going to swerve towards him. opened the door to try to get him as I fucking pass. Okay. Whatever. Still maybe a little animosity there, but we'll get through it. God willing, no big deal. Dude has a bad day. Hey, I'll tell you what. There's nothing wrong with crying on the air. I've cried on the air. I cry on this podcast. I cry all the fucking time. And like I indicated before, that's the most interesting thing that has happened on that show. All right. So whatever, he'll probably pick up the pieces. Well, apparently not, because it came out again today with he was for like 2 whole segments, and I listened to the whole thing, and he's in a bad spot, and it goes back as far as his upbringing. So he spends significant time, and you got to hear it. Talking about what it was like growing up, and this, that, and the other thing, and this bad thing happened, and that bad thing. Like, who hasn't? I mean, and then just a lot of backstory going on there, and but whatever. Then he gets into the part of his life where he's describing what it was like working on our show, and specifically talks about the stunts. And it was, he was a little scatterbrained on it. It wasn't terrible. You were able to follow along, but it made me think that, according to what he said, that he was not comfortable with doing those stunts as they ramped up. Something about, some of the nature of those stunts was, I guess he really had a problem with them. So, all right. And then the thing that I can only really address is this. And the only reason why I'm bringing it up is because, you see, on the Reddit page, and there's a handful of people that are on there who really fucking hate me. All right. How long, how many years have to pass before I'm not included in the blame game? I mean, seriously. But when I started to hear the scuttle on my show, Stevie says, I'm late. I feel like I missed something big. Yeah, you're going to have to go back. Just fill in the blanks. So I see, yeah, Joe may have referenced you. Didn't say you by name, but he referenced you. And I'm, well, how do I get mixed up in these things? Why can't, I mean, isn't it okay that I'm just here in my own little world? I don't have anybody to yell at anymore, nobody to point a finger at, nobody to yell at but myself. Seriously, come on now. There's no way this happened, right? So I'll take a look at some of these comments, and it indicates that Joe had said something about some of the stunts, either do this certain stunt or get fired. And I'm like, what? So I see the comments before I listen to the actual segment. These assholes, as usual, probably a big-nosed hothead. This guy says, he specifically said, okay, now I'll get into the specifics of what he said. This guy wrote, definitely Zane. In hindsight, you can hear it in the way he would boss Joe around during super uncomfortable stunts. So all these anonymous fuckheads are like, oh, yeah, get him. Fuck Zane. Zane's an asshole. You're an asshole. And John says, you got mixed up by lurking on the Reddit. Plus, it wasn't too long ago that you were firing very hard shots at them. Well, yeah, true. I've been known to do that a time or two. Not that I didn't enjoy some of those shots, but you can't sit there and be an innocent victim when they throw shade your way. I'm not. The only reason why I bring that up, I don't care that they're making statements. Well, no, I kind of care. But it's because I was curious. And the reason why I bring that up, it leads me to this next part of the story. I went ahead and listened. So I'm like, wait a minute here. What exactly is going on? How am I getting mixed up in this? Joe said, quote, something about put icy hot, I wrote it down, on your genitals or you'll be fired. And that was alluded to. And then he said to Greg and Chris, I don't remember it being by you guys. Thank you, I guess. So everybody who's got a fucking brain is saying that I threatened to fire Joe if he didn't put icy hot on his balls. And okay, so now that was decades ago or a decade ago. And so to reference that, I do not remember ever telling anybody that they were going to get fired if they didn't put icy hot on their balls. The only thing I can say, I'm not saying I didn't say it, I might have said it. Okay. And if I didn't say it, if I said it on the air, that's one thing. You know, that's on the air. Everything on the air is, on the air. I doubt that I would have said off of the air, seriously, put this on or you're fired. There's no way I would have done that. No way, no how. John says you probably did say it in jest. That would not surprise me at all. Okay. So I guess my point is, while Joe is having this very vulnerable moment, and everybody is like, "Oh my God, we gotta help Joe out," and why wouldn't they? To now be categorized as I am the man who threatened his. First of all, I did not have the power to fire anybody. Hell, when I worked with Ben, I tried to send him home one day, and I got suspended for that. So it was much the same at Free Beer and Hot Wings. I didn't have the ability to do that, and nor would Greg or Chris let me get away with that. Had I ever said that seriously, they never would have let that fly. They did not get in the way of Joe saying that on their show. So that's a little fucked up. I guess my point is that was a manipulation. Okay. Joe referencing seriously while he's crying, saying, put icy hot on your genitals or you'll be fired. And that was alluded to. And I don't remember being said by you guys. Thank you, I guess. Okay. So that's a little fucked up. And that's why I bring up the Reddit thing. It's like now they're throwing me under the bus saying I threatened. So Joe is in giving us his long history of problems that he's been having since he was a little boy to today. I somehow am getting muddied up in this mix. Okay. Strange. My name wasn't said. Rob says, play the tape. Do we have that? I don't even know if I have that. By the way, that was a fucking funny stunt. That was one of my favorites. And furthermore, the idea of Joe being so damaged by stunts. Joe was approached about these, and he was always asked by Greg off of the air, if you're not okay with doing something, I want you to tell me. He made that very clear. Okay. And why he didn't bring that up in this dramatic moment is beyond me. Joe had an out on everything. We didn't talk about that on the air because we were trying to create the theater, but Joe wasn't forced into doing anything. Come on now. Okay.
So Chuck with the camera, don't get too close of a vantage there. We don't want to see down.
Yeah,
okay.
No, that would be
awful.
awful.
All right, Joe, let's see here.
Now, Zane is putting it in there.
That's probably enough.
Oh,
What?
Come on.
That's what, isn't it? It's got load up his hand like shaving cream.
It totally looks like shaving cream. You want him to put all of that on there?
Well, yeah.
It's going to be an icy hot cocoon around his satchel.
Yeah, it's never gonna.
I can't even rub this in.
Yeah, it's
It
not
won't
even gonna react
Just
with
put it
air.
on there.
I think you put too much. Because didn't we get callers who said that you have to be able to rub it in?
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to rub it in.
Yeah,
Trust
you know
me,
what?
that'll be fine.
I don't want Joe rubbing it in the room with us.
He has to.
Yeah, well,
No, go
he's really
into his-
rubbing
He
it
just turn
under.
around. He's
Yeah.
just rubbing it under. He's gonna
Yeah,
have
it's
his pants
more
on.
under
I
than
don't want to
in.
watch that.
Well,
Go
you
into
can
the
turn
bathroom
around.
or
Well,
something.
All right.
That's way too much.
Whatever.
Okay, hang on. Let
It's
me
all-
take some of it
That was
off.
classy.
Zane literally squeezed the entire tube of icy hot into Joe's
I
hand.
know.
I gotta get some of this
Just
off.
sitting there. It's a giant
It's like
dollop
I
of
feel
it.
like I'm picking up turds in my living room when Lola goes nuts.
We're so
Oh.
young. We're so young.
Is that better?
I guess. I don't know,
It's
man.
still about,
I mean, I'm gonna rub in what can be rubbed in,
and the rest is just gonna have
the
to
rest
stay
is
there.
just gonna go. Oh man, get away from me!
I'm trying to help.
You're not. You're doing
Alright,
a bad
you're
job. I'm
Now,
sorry.
is that your satchel hand, or do you want to rub it on the other hand first?
No, that's it.
All right. Well,
All right, go ahead. Go ahead and kind of lift
Yeah,
your
come on.
waistband forward and
All right.
cup your clock weight.
Turn around. I don't
yeah,
want to
you
see
can
this.
face away from the camera if you'd
Yeah.
like.
I think this is awful.
Windows reflect.
Good old number 7.
All right, his hand is in his pants.
We should have had him do that at a state park and see if he got arrested.
Here, you can.
well,
wipe
it's actually good. It looks like you're a baseball player adjusting,
okay, now you're a jock,
except
dude.
that you're rubbing ointment.
And by the way,
You can wipe your hands off on this piece of paper.
the way this started, by the way.
Oh, he touched my hand.
I didn't mean to. I was
What
just
a
straight
dick.
over the paper.
Oh my God! I just touched your testicles.
Oh my God, I can feel it already. You guys are crazy.
You
I
cannot
absolutely,
feel it.
without a doubt,
You cannot.
can. It doesn't. I'm dead serious.
Now, this started because Roger Clemens admitted that he puts that stuff on his junk. Give Joe one of the.
You
The
think
wet
I'm
naps or
kidding?
something.
Oh my God.
He is dancing around already. You can't really feel it.
Absolutely. No. Shoot. This hurts.
Don't swear.
No. Ah!
Okay, you better go to the. I don't think there's going to be any play. Chuck, go with him.
He just
Chuck's the worst at filming. He
He was
just
that
gonna-
way, dumbass.
Yeah, he's looking at us.
Chuck's.
Oh, Jesus. Did you get somewhere you shouldn't have? Oh, that sounds painful, dude.
Watch him slam the door. I always loved when he slammed the door. Look at his face.
Oh, Joe.
Don't put water on it. He's washing off his pesky satchel, but we got an email that says that'll make it worse.
Oh!
Look how dark my hair is.
He's hurting.
Screaming. That's fucking funny. That is fucking great. That is a great ass bit. Holy shit. I would have listened to that all day. Fucking A, that's funny.
Hey, listen, he's screaming. He's in real pain.
I think he's in a lot of real pain.
No, yeah, but I can't go over there because he's swearing.
You shake my nerves and you rattle my brain.
All right, I want to get
But
you
your
to
love drives
All right. That wasn't on the air. I never said put icy out on your genitals or you'll be fired, and that was alluded to. So I'm kind of trying to unravel the mystery here to see if it was me that did this, because they referenced that it was me. Now, or Joe referenced it. That was alluded to. I don't remember it being by you guys. Well, please tell me more. Please fill me in on how I said, put icy hot on your balls or you'll be fired, unless if I'm getting it wrong. I mean, I would hate to just, throw your name out there and then it's not even true, right? Yeah. So that's really weird. All right. By the way, if anybody has any questions, comments, or concerns on the live stream, perhaps you're someone that's new to this, just fire away. Go right ahead. This isn't like a place where you can worry about being scared or attacked. Well, you'll probably be attacked, but I know some of you people on Reddit might be a little hesitant because then I would actually know who the fuck you were, then perhaps, maybe not. Okay. A little bit of background that you need to know about that I don't even know how I'm going to make my way through this. However, with today's events, it seems appropriate. About a year ago, I see a email or whatever. I don't even know how long ago it was, email or something on Messenger, and it's a name I don't recognize. And then I kind of put two and two together, and I went, no, I do know who that is. Joe's ex, Ashley, reached out to your old pal Eric Zane. And she had gotten to a point. This is the young lady that was involved in the incident that Joe had in Chicago. And if you recall on that show, Ashley wrote a letter absolving Joe and things like that. And it was all kind of like in a neat bow. It was the end of the saga, and it all ended well, you know? I mean, whatever. That was that. And I mean, I don't know shit. I have no idea. I just know what you know when you hear it on the radio or see the video or something like that. So that ended, and then that was that. It was years ago. Well, out of the blue, I get this an email, and I'm like, how can I help you? And she was reminded of something concerning her name being dragged through the mud on Reddit or something to that effect. And I got the impression that she wanted to come on my show to say a few things that would fly in the face of what she herself had said on their show in written form. Remember, Greg read a letter. And so I'm like, boy, I don't know if I want to get mixed up in this. You know, this seems, well, it's way past. I mean, and I said, my advice to you is stay away from those sources. And I wouldn't even open up this Pandora's box. I would just leave it alone. So I talked to her for quite some time, and she had a lot to say, and I buried it. I still have the audio from it. But when I was listening back to what I heard today, well, she did too. And she's pissed. She's super pissed. And I'm considering putting her on. Because, well, there was some things said today that she's pissed about. And I said, I might do that. I have to sleep on it. I said, you need to know, though, I'm not like your support team. If you're going to sit there and if we're going to have this discussion on the show, your opinion, your idea of what happened and in your own words, it's not to be me just attacking people. But there was some things she heard on their show today that she has a mountain of evidence that directly contradicts what was said on that show today about her. Oh boy. Woo. So, what to do? I don't know. I don't want to steal any of her thunder because okay. I wouldn't have thought about this at all had I not heard what I heard today. Okay? So that's why I'm considering it. Chris says, obviously your show, but I wouldn't dive into that drama. John says, Chris is right. Patriot Nick says, what did I miss? You're going to have to wait. You're going to have to go back and wait. But she wants to talk. In fact, what she heard today, in my opinion, the context provided, everybody knows it's her. But so, I'm just letting you know, she is very possibly in the process right now of circling the wagons in her favor. And oh boy, God, Kyler says you're hyping this up just to do it. Well, I'm bringing it up because I want to know, I want you to know that that's what's happened right now. This is a big deal. This is a big deal because she feels like all this, what she's been made out to be, the words that have been said about her are fucking defamatory. But I don't know if I can put myself in that type of spot. It's it might be more than my little heart can take because, throwing that out there and putting her on, I run the risk of getting in trouble myself. Here Be Rabbit says they were making false accusations today, pointing the finger at everyone but themselves, like they always do. I don't know. All I know is I sit here, minding my own business, and she reached out to me. She's pissed. And she directly responded today and is disputing a number of those things and is furious. So, something to think about, something I'm thinking about right now. Holy shit. All right. The usuals. Patriot Nick, don't open yourself up to potential lawsuits. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And that's was my number one concern when about this whole thing. But I guess there's two sides to everything. And what I have the advantage of is I've heard two sides, and everybody who's listened to that show has not. Okay? And I think the only thing that's keeping me from saying, all right, go for it. Here's your side on my little old podcast. I think I can. I'm a little bit concerned of getting myself into some type of hot water. But she's pissed. She's really pissed, and that might involve her having to explore that audio a little bit more thoroughly, and consulting her own lawyer. Because at the end of the day, if she feels like she's been slandered, because no names weren't said, but that I don't know if that necessarily absolves you of actually getting into some trouble by indicating who she was. Contextually, anybody can figure out who they're talking about. So I think that's a little weird. Nick. First he says, don't open yourself up to potential lawsuits. And then he says, seems like a decent thing to do. I'd give her the platform. Hold on a second. By the way, I apologize for Daisy's snoring. It's brutal. Not even the compression can keep that away. Lace up the Nikes and just do it. Come on, man. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. She is has a number of she has a number of documents that tell a story. Okay. John has a good idea. Tell her she can do a live video on YouTube. I think that's fair. I mean, why not? If all that shit's going to go down about her, yes, that's exactly what you should do. That's what I think you should do. All right. Well, that's it. So to those of you who are suggesting, let's review, suggesting that I threatened Joe with a loss, with getting fired if he didn't put Icy Hot on his nuts, I say bullshit. Okay? There's no way anybody would have let me get away with that. No way, no how. That is bullshit. And another thing, it needs to be pointed out, Joe was always giving it out. Always giving it out to get out of those stunts. All right? And you know what? Doing those stunts made him the funniest person on the radio. Beloved. To great benefit to him. All right? So I'm not buying any of that shit. Any of it. It's all bullshit, in my opinion. And you can sit there because you had a bad breakup and blame it on your past and us and fake threats of being fired and shit like that. That's a lot of finger pointing to do, in my opinion. So to all those fucking idiots who are attacking me, saying that I threatened Joe with firing, fuck you. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And I categorically deny every bit of that. So there you go. Thank you, folks. I appreciate you. That's it. You have a great weekend. Till next time. Bye-bye.